Welcome back to the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. If this is your first time, you get a special welcome. I'm so very glad you're here. Hang out for the full video. Smash the subscribe button if you have not done so yet. And now, let's get to it. Satou Sabally. Satou Sabally. She is a player we've been talking about, those people who are fans of the Indiana Fever. And we have said we would love Satou to come on over to Indiana because we weren't thinking that she was going to hang out in Dallas. Well, we don't have to wonder anymore. With free agency blossoming, opening up in just 2 days on January 11th, Satou said, why wait? I'm over here in Unrivaled and I'm over here talking a little WNBA because you asked. And so I just got to say this, Satou Sabally, I like your style. Pick it up and carry it to Indiana. So what do I mean when I say I like her style? First, let me show you the comments she made, and then I'm going to tell you what I like about what you're going to see right now. Check this out. I'm over here on Madeline Kinney's X page. I'm going to expand it. And now let's take a listen at what Satou Sabally has to say.
Year. So, I mean, do you have any ideas of what you might prioritize, or do you plan to stay in Dallas next season?
Yeah, I mean, I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years, and I'm working with them together and finding a next home for me because I've already played my last game in Dallas, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for free agency. I'm able to talk to a lot of players outside the league because I have not played on a different team yet. And I'm excited to get to know them more on a personable level, but also knowing how they approach the game. And I just love having basketball conversations and high level IQ conversations about the game to know where I will fit best in the future.
Would you want to play with your sister?
Yeah, of course. In the future, I would love that.
Yeah.
Okay. I like her style. What is it about her style do you like? Let me come out of this share so you get me full face, and then I'll go back in to show something else. I like her style because whenever you're dealing with, say, politics, and basketball is very often more political than politics itself. But when you're dealing with politics, when you're dealing with sports figures, when there's free agency involved and all those things, it's really difficult to get a straight answer from people. People often don't tell you anything until they reach the absolute max. It's sort of like you say to a politician, oh, I hear you're running for governor. Well, actually, I have no such desire. I am just interested in serving my constituents here in the state legislature or basketball. Well, when the time comes, which, would be in the days coming really soon, all this stuff that you get to hear, those politically correct answers, if you will, or just the little cryptic messages, all those things. And I know it's close, but I love the style of someone who says flat out, I've played my last game in Dallas. But first, she made sure that she wants you to know she did it on the up and up. I've already been speaking to Dallas. They already know. So it's not like she's, as they say, telling tales out of school, right? I've already had the conversations. I've played my last game. I'm excited about moving on. It's right there. No question about, well, I wonder if, and no, I'm done. I'm moving on. And I'm thankful it's been 5 years. She's ready to go, which of course we've been saying and hoping she would come to Indiana, and what a fit she would be there. In 5 seasons with the Dallas Wings, although they'll have a new coach, 5 years, and she's only had a record of over 500 one time. Now, she was out a lot this season due to injury. She only played 15 games, which I'll get back to. But first, I want to go back to that video because she was born in New York. She also, I know some people didn't know that. I saw that in this interview here, in this press availability, that she said, fun fact, I was born in New York. So she's born in New York. Her sister obviously plays for the New York Liberty, just won the championship in the 2024 season against Minnesota, of course. And so she gets asked if she would like to play with her sister in New York. And some people might be inclined to believe that's what she wants. But I'm going to show you again how she answered the question, and then I'll talk about it.
Would you want to play with your sister?
Yeah, of course. In the future, I would love that.
Yeah.
Notice how she answered it. Would you want to play with your sister? Yes, of course. I would love that in the future. She doesn't want to play with her sister right now. And this has nothing to do with her sister. This has to do with her not wanting to go to New York. I believe her sights are set on Indiana. She's not going to say, no, I don't want to play with my sister, but she's letting you know, sure, I'd love to play with my sister in the future. Now, she's been upfront right here. She's done with Dallas. She has in times past clicked that like button when people started talking about her coming to Indiana. That's when this thing first started. Everybody's like, oh my goodness, she's liking posts about her going to Indiana. I told you, I like her style. No shame in her game, not holding back. Click. If she didn't want to go to Indiana, if she wasn't open to it, she wouldn't be hitting the like button on the idea of going to Indiana. So she was upfront right there. She's been upfront before, I like her style, about what it's like to play against Indiana in Dallas. I did a whole video on it. I loved it that she got in that. She was in the after game press conference next to her coach. And what did she say? There are more people here rooting for Caitlin Clark in Indiana than Dallas. We need to up our game. And she's like, it's frankly kind of annoying, but it's good for the game, she said. Just put it out there. Very, very open about it. And then obviously right here, very open. I'm moving on. I've seen an interview with her where they asked her about Caitlin Clark in the time when there was all the mess going on with how Caitlin Clark was received in the league, and she was classy and complimentary and all that stuff. And Indiana Fever fans, we like that. So she's upfront about all that, liking posts, talking about Indiana Fever fans in a positive way, even though it's annoying if you're a Dallas player. If she wanted to play with her sister now, meaning, and it's not about her sister again, if she wanted to go to New York now, she would have said, I would absolutely love that. She made it clear. Sure, in the future. Again, someone who's been that upfront would have simply said, yes, I would love to play with my sister. In the future means just that. It doesn't mean in May when the games tip off. It means in the future. Right now, I believe she's got her eyes set on Indiana. Will it all work out? I don't know. There are a lot of things that have to come into play to make those things happen. But I'm saying she's liking those posts. I believe that's where she wants to go. And I hope she winds up there because I believe her game would fit in well with the Indiana Fever. And she has a lot to bring to the table. So what does she have to bring to the table? Well, her 2024 season, like I said, was short because of the injury. So she played 15 games. How did she do as far as stats go? 17.9 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 5.0 assists, and 1.3 steals, and also half a block. She shot 42.6% from the field, 45.2% from three. That is Satou Sabally in her last season with Dallas. And I don't just mean the one that just happened. I mean, it's the last, meaning it's the final season, according to her. She is listed as 6'4", 175 pounds. So, hey, I hope it all works out for her. I don't believe her intent is to look at New York. I believe her intent in her desire would be to come to Indiana. I say come as if I'm in Indiana, but I'm a fan. So let's take a look at some highlights from a game in which she dropped 28 points when the Dallas Wings played against and beat the Las Vegas Aces. And I'm just going to stop along the way and show you the depth of her game, the wide rangedness. I'm making that word up. I'm pretty sure that's not a word. Wide rangedness. I'm gonna look that up. Let me look that up. Hang with me. It could be. Sometimes you think you're making up a word and somebody else has already. Wide rangedness is a word. It is a word. Wide rangedness is the quality of being extensive, comprehensive, or covering a wide range. Obviously, I knew wide range and wide ranging was a word, but that wide rangedness, see, when you know words you don't even think you knew, but they're words. Anyway, all right, I digress. Let's move on. I want to show you some of this game, some of her highlights of this game against Las Vegas when she just went off. This is from WNBA on X, and the caption is Satou Sabally had it her way all night long. Sabally put together a stat line of 28 points, shooting 10 of 14 from the field, while also notching 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the Dallas Wings 93-90 victory over the Aces. And this was August 27th that this was posted. So I'll expand. I'm going to keep the sound off because I'm going to run my mouth, and I'll stop. But I want you to just take a look at the nature of her game and, where do you think it fits best? I think that it would fit well in Indiana, and I certainly think she would be an asset to the team Stephanie White is building. So here it is. So she's going to come up to the top, receive the pass. Dribbles to the right, just inside the 3, knocks it down. All right, next. Rebound is secured. Here she is. Notice see what the deal is here. She's a forward, but she can bring the ball up the floor. She can take the outlet pass, bring the ball up the floor, which is important. He uses the screen and just pulls up inside the 3, knocks it down from the top. Here we are again. Here they are already in the half court. She gets the pass, squares up, goes to the right, and look at that pass. Backing that one up again, I want to point out when the double comes, she knows that someone has to be open, and she doesn't force it. She gets rid of it. So shooting, passing. All right, miss. She gets the rebound, just puts it right back up, mid-range. In the half court already again, goes to the top. And then she's able to cut to the basket, catch the pass, finish. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go back on that. That's beautiful. Beautiful falling away. Okay. She's running the floor and she can catch on the go. This I really like for Indiana, and you know why? Because as soon as Caitlin gets the pass, her eyes are, or gets the rebound herself, her eyes are going up the floor and she's looking to get rid of it. And we saw sometimes he got better during the season, but sometimes folks aren't ready or they're not running the floor. We know how Temi could streak down the floor, and Satou already down, ready to catch, and catches and finishes. So, and we can expect that obviously from Caitlin. And so here it is again. That was Arike, and Satou finishes with 4 jerseys around her. So ball goes to the top. She gets it. Long 3. Knocks it down. So I already told you her percentage from the 3. Here we go again. Skip pass. Drives and dishes. The nice little no-look pass. Let's look at that again. She penetrates and is able to dish it off. There it is. Penetrates and then dish and then the finish. Here we go. Running the lane. She's running the lane, calling for the ball. Kick out for the three. Spot up. Left hand three. Lefty in the house. Kelsey Mitchell says, I can appreciate the southpaws. Let's look at that again. I love how she's running the floor because remember, this is Indiana. We're looking to get stops and we're looking to push the ball up the floor. She's running and she's calling for it. She's running. Enrique dishes out. Shot. And took a high bounce and in the basket. So again, I like her style. I like how upfront she is. I like how she's made her intentions clear. I like how she has throughout commented, even when she didn't say anything, but she hit a button, commented that she's open to the Fever, commented on what it's like with the Fever fans, commented on in an interview about Caitlin Clark. And here at Unrivaled, when asked the question, she didn't beat around the bush. She made sure we knew, I'm done with Dallas. I'm thankful for Dallas, but it's time for another chapter. When asked about her sister, I'd like to play with her in the future, but right now, I believe she's open to Indiana. However it pans out, I like her style and how upfront she is. And I just showed you some footage of why I like her game specifically for Indiana. Running the floor, catching the ball out on the break. Also being able to hit the three-point shot, being able to hit the mid-range shot, being able to bring the ball up the floor, which is going to be extremely helpful in Indiana when that pressure continues to come on Caitlin Clark. So I'll say again, Satou Sabally, I like your style. Carry it to Indiana. What do you guys think? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get in the comments and tell us what you think. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.